Well, howdy do. Hey y'all, how is it going? Shay here. Hello, hello. We are going to attempt to do a whip and chat this evening. It has been a long ass time since I've done a whip and chat. Excuse my language. Yep, I even got a Snickers, for the occasion. Let's see if it, packed with peanuts. Isn't it supposed to like help you do something like special? You know those commercials? So, we'll see if it helps. Hey y'all. Oh my gosh, it has been so long since I've done a whip and chat. And I just figured, you know what? Why not start? Well, I can't say I'm going to keep doing them. We'll see. I'm not going to make any promises, but yeah, I'm here. I'm doing this one. So I thought, January would be a great time to, kick something off that I know everyone talks about resolutions, but my motto is like recommendations instead of resolutions. But yeah, it's like, maybe pick up on some of the things that you used to do, that you stopped doing, that you enjoyed, and do them again. That's a good recommendation, right? So here we are. I really wanted to do it, and here I am doing it. Cheers. Y'all know how I do it. I got my wine, grab something to drink, grab something to eat. Yeah, so I did grab, this is how I was going to begin this. I was going to prep for this whip and chat video. I used to take notes, and I've been thinking about it all day, the different things I wanted to talk about, and I just hadn't written them down yet. He's like, you know what? I am just going to hit record. Just like I tell other folks that are, considering maybe starting a YouTube channel or already have one, and they, I don't know. I'm just like, hey, just hit record, just see how it goes. So I'm going to try it. Okay. All right, so this is a whip and chat. If you are new to whip and chats, WIP stands for work in progress. My current work in progress is a Craftably painting. Yes. Now, unfortunately, Craftably is no longer with us. I mean, they're still alive. The company is no longer, that sounds bad too. But anyways, I am really good friends with the folks that used to own Craftably. So I have some special paintings in my stash, so I decided to pull this one out for the new year. This is Escape from Eden, Symphony number 4. It's a round, and it is by Tanya Shatsiva, and it's actually a Shutterstock image. Isn't she cool? She's so cool. I don't know if she's a mermaid. She could be. The rendering is amazing. Let me just scooch her over a little bit. I'm gonna take y'all for a little ride. As much as I can. I got a lot of stuff on my desk. Let's see. This square right here that we're going to work on today is my last square of the second row. I always start at the bottom. I start at the bottom left, but look at her face. Look at these lips. The hair. I've done all the hair on this side. What I'll actually do is I'll actually pop up a picture in one of the corners of the painting so you can see what I'm working on. But yeah, you've got some ivy. So cool. But yeah, so that's my current whip. Oh, look, I can't wait to get to her eyes. And of course I have the pink, so I do a little pop of pink. I've got the Simply Gilded Washi tape, got that sectioned off. I didn't do a great job measuring them. I don't measure them, I just kind of eyeball it. But this is like really small, so I thought it'd be a good square to, is that her elbow? I guess it is. Yes, with like some hair over it. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna be working on today while we chit chat. I always like to ask you guys, how are you? How is it going? I guess I already asked you that technically, but oh my gosh, y'all, it has been so long. I've missed you, yes, in the whip and chat formats, but I've still been around. So whether you are, if you're new to my channel and you're just stumbling upon this, welcome. Thank you so much for still being here and listening to my voice so far. You never know with me. I have been diamond painting for, I started when COVID hit. It was a COVID craft. pandemic project. There's all kinds of different names that I've heard people say. Pandemic pastime. Yeah, so it's been what, 5? Well, it's 2026 now. So yeah, we're going on like 6 years. Actually, April will be 6 years that I've been diamond painting. I've had the channel I was in the community for about a year before I started my channel. Became friends with a lot of creators. And yeah, I do live in Dallas. I'm in Dallas, yeehaw, Texas, a suburb of Dallas. And I have 3 kids, 3 dogs, and a husband. And yes, and here I am. So I have been around still. Like I said, I have not left the community. I still do videos here and there. I've been doing lives a little bit again. These might replace the lives. We'll see how that goes. But I guess I should start diamond painting. I know a lot of y'all are probably just listening. But yes, by the way, treat this as like a podcast, right? I listen to a lot of podcasts. I try not to have to look at anything because it slows me down on my diamond painting. So I tries to just listen. So yes, listen to the sound of my voice. And hopefully I can keep you company while you are diamond painting yourself, potentially. Or maybe you're driving or sleeping, falling asleep. Yeah, whatever you're doing, use me as you wish. I do not use cover minders, but this one we shall use today because it's cute. It's got my name on it. I have a lot of cover minders. I just kind of stopped using them. It was like one more thing I had to kind of mess with. But we just peeled back a fresh square. Let me talk about what I'm going to be using today. I already showed you my what painting I'm working on. Yeah, I started this not too long ago, and I've gotten pretty far. It's around, so it's going, and I'm loving it. So I'm going to be using some things today. Actually, I just got this pen yesterday. Oh, this might be the reason why I'm doing a WIP and chat. I just wanted to show off this pen, y'all. I just got this beautiful pen. I bought myself a Christmas present. After Christmas, I realized I didn't get a lot of things I wanted, but that is my fault because I didn't tell anybody what I wanted because I didn't even know. But I was like, I'm going to buy myself a gift. I got this from MTN Inspirations. They do have a website. I have them linked down below. And I just fell in love with it. The glitter, the sparkle. Not really sure if I'm a huge fan of these. I figured I could probably take them off. The little crystal guys in the center. Not a huge fan of that extra bling, but it's subtle. So I'm going with it. But the gold in this, I'm loving this pen. So yeah, I just got it yesterday and I used it all last night, used it some today. So yeah, so I'll have them linked down below. I also have a little short pen of theirs that I love. So I kind of found that I like the short ones, but yeah, I had to get this one. So I saw an email today. I get alerts from them when they have new things in stock and they've got some more pens in stock. So, ooh, yeah, they're nice. They're not cheap, but they are nice. So it's like a treat to get one. So I've been eyeballing them for months and months and months, and I finally treated myself to one. So yeah, here's my pen. And then I'm going to be using my little trinket tray from my friend Nancy Royston. She made this for us. So I got my little trash tray that I toss all my, these aren't really trash for me. These are ones that I just find randomly around that popped or like spilled when I was moving my tray or like pouring in and out. So they're just my little stragglers, but this is where I put them. And then I've got my ceramic cutter. So when it's time to cut back another section. And of course I have my tweezers. So what I use these for the most part is like peeling back said section after I cut it, because it's like really hard to get in there. So yes, actually I'm just now looking at my finger and it's looking a lot better. I normally have rings on both ring fingers. This one, I hurt myself and it's kind of green right here, and like down here. I almost pulled a Jimmy Fallon. If y'all remember, several years ago, Jimmy, I think he tripped. He was at home and he tripped and fell on the rug or something, and I think his ring caught like on an end table or something, coffee table, and it essentially like ripped off. Oh, that hurt when I squeezed it. Oops. Essentially like ripped off the skin of his finger. Yeah. I was very worried when I looked down at my finger after I hurt it. I did it on It's like 3 days ago, I guess, at work. So my husband tells me I'm not allowed. He actually told me I'm going to end up dying from falling, from being dumb and not using a ladder or a step stool and climbing on things. And I'm like, thanks, honey. He's like, it's going to be a total accident, but that's how you're going to go. I'm like, that's nice. Love you too. Yeah, but I'll have to tell you the story of what exactly I did. But let me finish telling you what I'm using. So those are my tools. As far as storage is going for holding my drills, I kind of move around a little bit. I normally use Elizabeth Ward, but felt like doing the art dot thing. I just use a Diamond Art Club box that slides out. So I've got all the small ones in here, and then I have a few of the large ones just kind of stacked up on the sides, like on top of each other, and I just kind of move them when I need them. Yeah, but there's been one color in particular, I actually think it's this one, that when I shake it, they don't line up really good. So as my backup, because I do think the system might be faster, not having to switch out, right? I do have my trusty Muni-made tray. So if something's frustrating me and I'm not getting a good shake and they're not lining up, and it's a lot of blue that I need, I'm just dumping them into my tray if I have to. And I've had to do it a few times with that one particular color. So I have that. I am using my micro glue dots in my single placer, and I just have the Diamond Art Club single placer, the metal tips, and then the, I think this is like a 6 or 7. Oh, I gotta do it, y'all. 6, 7. 6, 7. If you know, you know. It looks like I'm cupping something else. But if you saw me doing it this way, that's my single placer. Multi-placer is the Art Dot Putty. Yes. So good. So good. Got it on Amazon. I'll have all the stuff linked down below. And I think we are on our way. Is that everything? I think so. It's been so long since. Actually, I had to pull out some thinner washi tape than this pink one because this was a little loose. So you can probably see it on the tip. So you can see I wrapped a little bit of piece of the thinner washi tape around the tip, and it just kind of, it's not super pretty, but you can't really see it. I tried to pick a color that wasn't real noticeable. I had to do a little on this one too because it was a little loose. But, all right. So let me get a sip of wine and we will get going. So, oh my gosh. Whenever I say so, I just want to say buttons because that's the thing my husband actually does to me. All the time when I'm going to tell him a story, I have to I'm the longest storyteller, which I know you're probably not surprised at that if you've been with me for a while, which by the way, I welcome my newbies, but if you're one of my returning folks, my oldies, my old timers, my oldies but goodies, hello, thanks for coming back to hang out with me and just see what the heck I've been up to. I'm here. Like I said, I've still been around. I'll get to diamond painting while I keep talking about what I was talking about. But just so for y'all that don't know, that might be new to my channel, or may have not heard all the things about me, right, that I've revealed recently. Well, I would say like over the last year or so. I do have ADHD, and I have bipolar. We've got anxiety. We've got a little sprinkle of depression in it. We've got it all, right? All the little letters, all the things. So if I hop around a lot, especially without notes, this could be, we don't know. We just don't know what we're going to get. And I'm okay with that. I want to be myself. You know, a lot of times I felt like maybe that's what we'll do this year. Maybe New Year, old me will be like, you know, no notes. Let's see what a Shay no notes whip and chats looks like. That could be, I don't know. I guess we're about to find out. I mean, I've done it before, but it's kind of messy. So if this is too messy for you, I am sorry. But if you're okay with a little bit of mess, you know, I just like to be organic, and I just like to be myself and real, and just see where these things go. And that's what we're going to do today. So buttons. Now y'all can use that now. Because whenever I tell a story, I'm like, so I have to like be so dramatic and like think about what I'm going to say. My husband's like, buttons. I'm like, oh. And then there's another thing who is his total dad jokes. I'm like, hey honey, I'm like, what's up? Or what are you up to? It's oh, what are you up to? That's the thing he always gets me. He's like, oh, 6'4". I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. But he's pretty funny. All right, so buttons. I do say so a lot. How have you guys been? like I said, I've been keeping up, like I've tried to say 4 times now, I've been keeping up with, you know, attending other folks in the community, their lives, going to some retreats in the community the past, you know, year. I don't know how long it's been since I've done a WIP and chat, or I guess I was kind of on a break. I just, you know, wasn't enjoying it as much anymore. So, but now I wanted to, and now I'm doing it. So, but yeah, so I've been around still. I didn't leave, but just wasn't doing as many videos. And I still have got my Patreon and my YouTube membership. So I've been definitely able to keep up weekly with all those folks, which, by the way, if that's small plug for those of you that don't know, that has never changed. I've been proud to say I've always been able to keep up with my vlogs, my quarterly. I think I keep up with my quarterly gifts for the most part. The Zooms, the Google Meets, I try to. I may have missed some lately, but I mean, we try to always get together once a month, certain tiers. But you can join for as little as $5. And down below, you'll see, like, for YouTube memberships, for instance, it's the same content for both. It's just 2 different platforms I post the same stuff on. But I've got a $5 tier. It's like 4 different tiers. And if you look down below, you'll see join. And that's, you can choose which tier you want to get. There's different perks. But it's basically an awesome way to support me, any of your other favorite creators that have, a lot of us do have these, but it's a way to, you know, help us with our channels to be able to buy, you know, paintings to show you guys, equipment, you know, video, oh, you name it. I mean, I've bought so much stuff over the years, lighting, and plus it helps form a sense of like our own little like mini community, which I love. And we have a special group of folks that have been with me for a long time. Some new people come and go, totally get it. It's a monthly thing, so you can always cancel. But yeah, if you want to come hang out with us, I do, every tier gets a weekly vlog. And well, yeah, I try to do it weekly, bi-weekly sometimes. Yep. But it is, it's always fun to keep up with everybody. And yeah, we got a good group. There's some good eggs in here, y'all. Some good eggs in this community. It really is. So let's talk about the Christmas premieres, right? Were those not awesome? I feel like we're almost going to go like, it's going to be like a Christmas Carol. It's like, you know, Scrooge, I'm not going to be Scrooge, neither are y'all, but it's like the ghost of like Christmas past, Christmas present, Christmas future. Let's talk about the past. Yeah, but I definitely, I mean, if y'all watch mine, thank you. Thank y'all for all the wonderful comments. It seemed like everybody really, really enjoyed my little elf thing I did. I do work at a toy store, and I was like, what do I do for my Christmas premiere? Because every year I'm always like, oh, I want to do something really fun this year. And then my ideas are like, just can't really think of anything. I want to do something fun and different. So y'all were like, do a video from the store and maybe be like an elf. And I feel like everybody chipped in. My husband ended up buying me the elf costume at Walmart. My daughter did a lot of the filming, even though she was sick and had a fever. The owner of the toy store, I got her permission to do it after hours. I mean, and also my daughter did hair and makeup. I mean, it was just great. And then, so you guys were so sweet, so sweet for you know, for watching mine and commenting. Thank you. I really enjoyed filming that. It was really fun. It really brought me back to, you know, why I'm on YouTube and why I enjoyed doing this from the very beginning. It's that the not the work that you're putting into it, but like just the effort and the fun you have, like preparing, and it's just the excitement of it all. It was so fun. And I really, really enjoyed watching. I tried to watch, and I couldn't watch all of them, but I would get on there. I would like go kind of super fast. They'd be like chipmunks. Then I'd get the gist of it and try to go back and watch as much as I could. But I tried to go watch everybody's that was on the playlist. So that was super, super fun. I hope y'all got, you know, had a great holiday. Happy New Year. I meant to say that. Happy New Year. I feel like I'm Frosty the Snowman. Happy birthday. Do y'all remember the old animated one? Or is that what he says? Is it when he melts and comes back? Happy birthday. Oh my gosh. Whew. Oh yeah. Y'all, I hop on here and I get fired up. Can y'all tell? I mean, I'm surprised my watch may even tell me high heart rate alert any minute. But I'm like pumped up. Y'all get me super excited. I love doing these. I just sometimes was overthinking it, you know, and just like thinking it had to be perfect and it had to be this and it had to be that. And it just has to be. I mean, I figured, I mean, really, I'm not going to get all Dale Carnegie on you, but, and I don't even really know much about him, but I think he's like a sales guy and does like workshops and stuff and books and all that. But what I think for folks, and like I said, just coming back to like WIP and chats and stuff, and what I look for in WIP and chats, and what I want, and what I think a lot of folks may want, is people just want company. They want community. They want company. Now say they, I'm speaking general, but like we want to be heard, seen, loved, feel like we belong. I mean, all those things. And I've always wanted to be a channel where that was possible and where people would feel included. And I want to say people's names, like when I get on a live, because that's one thing I did. So I went through a workshop, you know, working at the toy store for a 2-day workshop. And one of the things I talked about is try to say the customer's name, because we get their phone numbers. Most of the customers, we do get their phone numbers, so we can send them like coupons and mailers and catalogs and stuff. So we have we have to get their phone number when they come to check out. So we have their name on our screen. And I think Dale Carnegie actually said one of these things, I guess, or said something to the effect of, nothing is sweeter than the sound of your own, not voice, but above your own name, right? I think everybody, I love it. I mean, and I started doing that at work the last few months, especially over the holidays. And you see people kind of light up and they kind of like take a second, like and I hope it's not awkward or weird. I don't think it's been, I hope not. Watch, they're walking out of there going, oh, that lady was weird. She was saying my name and looking at me, saying my name. But I want people to feel, I want them to hear their name. And that's one little thing that I can do for somebody that makes them feel seen or special or loved or belonged or all those things. You may not even know what kind of day that they're having. I want to be that person. I want to spread the love. Yep, I do want to spread the love. Speaking of that, spreading love, it reminds me, last night, laying in bed, was having a hard, y'all, okay, I'm having a hard time going to sleep at night because my daughter just went back to school 2 days. Today was the second day from Christmas break, holiday. So she's been on break for like 2.5 weeks, right? And so we were staying up late, like 1, 2 in the morning, sleeping into like 10:30, 11. It's like no schedule, no routine. I mean, I was still working, but even with work, I don't have to be there till 9:30. So I was definitely not having to get up like at 6:30, like, which is what we're having to do now because school's back. Y'all, I've been dragging. Oh, I'm so tired. I was off today. That's why I thought I could probably do this for y'all. I had to work all day yesterday, but anyways, to circle back around why I was telling y'all about that is I'm laying in bed last night and I cannot sleep. My mind is racing. It's racing, y'all. And so I was like, okay, so what we do when we can't sleep, we get on our phones, right? Because that's a great idea. That's just what you're supposed to do. So, and what I have learned now that I'm definitely aware of it because YouTube told me so, YouTube and your little year-end like recap, it kind of, which wasn't that cool. Did a lot of y'all see yours? When I first saw it, I thought it was like a creator, like a YouTube content creator, like end of year recap of how your channel did. But no, it was actually just a generic, like what you've been watching as a YouTuber, like as a watcher, and what kind of content you've been consuming. And it told me that, of course, I watch a lot of diamond painting, which, I knew that. But my second highest watch was dancing videos, choreography, like people dancing. So I was like, yep. And so last night, that's what I was doing. And this guy comes across my feed. And I think I'd seen his videos before, but I found myself smiling while watching this video. And I didn't even realize that I was smiling throughout the video until I started reading the comments because I wanted to see what other folks thought too, because I just felt happy when I stopped watching him. And everybody else was saying the same things I was feeling. And I was like, oh, wow, I was smiling the whole time. That's why I feel like this. So I looked into his stuff further, looked him up on Instagram and looked him up on, TikTok and all the things. He's everywhere. Pretty big channel. So what this guy does is he does these dancing videos where a lot of them seem to be, he goes into like Walmart, Sam's Club, and he goes around and he's like just dancing. And the way he gets people, he's not too pushy. He's not like in their face dancing weird and making them feel uncomfortable. He's so good at getting people to, if they like to, and a lot of times they don't even know they want to until they start doing it. It's so cool. He'll either give fist bumps, you know, just kind of, he doesn't really stop for long. He's just kind of walking, just kind of spreading his fun dance and like love. And it's all like, you know, Michael Jackson and like old school songs that we all like. A lot of us like, not like new stuff that's like rap and hip hop and all that stuff, but like some good old like fashion, like some dance music. And oh, I sound old. But he was like, so what he does is, I noticed one thing in like a couple of the videos I watched, is he'll reach out his hand and, you know, just to kind of like hold someone's hand for a second. But then he gets to move in his hand so much while he's dancing, he gets them like into it and they end up starting to like move their body. And he doesn't stay long. And then he puts his hand up like, okay, I'm done with you, high five. And he moves on and he just kind of keeps moving. But people, what I thought was so cool about it, and somebody else said this in the comment, you are seeing folks of different races, ethnicity, I mean, like everything, color, age, all dancing with this guy. And this guy is, I'm not sure if he's, I think he's African American, but he's like lighter. So I don't know if he's like mixed. I'm not really sure. It doesn't matter. But I just like the fact that he is like, he's got like this old white guy dancing and this little kid and this, you know, everybody is just like feeling his joy and happiness and they're smiling. And I thought, you know what? I like the way he's making me feel. So just out of curiosity, I was like, let me just look a little bit more into this guy, right? I was just looking at his stuff just out of curiosity. And he lives in my area. So crazy me, I don't think he's messaged me back, but crazy me decides to email him for a collab inquiry. I don't know what I would do or how I would do it, but I just want to be part of what this dude's doing. I want to show y'all this guy. I don't even remember his name. I'll definitely have to make a note to put it in the comments for y'all to go check out his channel now that I've talked all about him. It's like, I forget the spelling of it. It's like T something. But I'm in Dallas and so is he. So I sent this guy an email last night. Oh my gosh, y'all. And I had not been drinking. I was just like, it was late. And I was like, you know what? Why not? Shoot your shot. Why not? And I just said, hey, love your content. You know, would you be willing to come to my city? I told him where I live, and I'm like, maybe we could do something together. I'm like, I also have a channel. Yo, what am I thinking? You know how, like, I'm envisioning, okay, some old white lady, me, right? 50-year-old white lady, 50-something, let's put it that way. I'm like making myself sound younger. 50-something old white lady, older, dancing with this cool black guy. I mean, what are we gonna do? Really? And I was like, I don't know, maybe something will come out of it. I just felt like it was like a calling. And I was like, I'm just gonna try it. I don't know. Something may come out of it. I don't know. You know what? The same thing happened. And that's why I figure it doesn't hurt to try it. Same thing happened to me one night years ago. I was laying in bed and I decided to message Miss Coffee. Mrs. Coffee. If y'all been around for a while, you know who I'm talking about. She's huge in the diamond painting community. She doesn't do live. She doesn't do guest things. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to ask her and see what she says. Y'all, she said yes. And she was a guest on my live years ago. I didn't make an announcement about it because I didn't want her to think, and that's not why I was doing it. I just thought she was awesome. And I thought it could be really fun to have her on. And I didn't want her to think I was using her for anything. And so I definitely, didn't promote it because that's not why I wanted her on there. But yeah, so you never know. And I've done lots of other messaging to folks and nothing ever came out of it, but it doesn't hurt just to try. And I was laying in bed going, okay, what could we do together? And I was like cracking myself up going, okay, can you imagine me? I mean, I've got some rhythm. I think I do, or let's put it that way. I used to, but as you hear and like I've heard, and I think it is happening. For sure it's happening. Our minds are not aging at the same time that our bodies, like our bodies are aging a lot faster, right? Our minds still think we can do things just like, that reminds me, just like the time, how long ago? About 10 years ago? No. Yeah, it was about 10 or 11 years ago. Yeah. We were living in China at the time, and we were at a house party with a bunch of other expats. We'd all been drinking, and I told everybody in the room at this party that I could do the worm. Now, y'all remember what the worm is? That was an old breakdance move, right? That's where you get, you lay on your belly on the floor, or the centipede. Centipede, worm. Yeah, we always call it the worm, but I think it's like centipede. Anyways, it's like, and I used to be able to do it. I used to be able to do it. So I thought, I'm gonna show them, and they're gonna be impressed. So my husband's gonna take a video, and he has a video of it. I'm not gonna put it here because that's embarrassing. But my husband did take a video, and so again, the worm is like you're laying flat, your belly's flat, and you kind of like, make your body move, and like a breakdance move, and it's like a ripple thing. So I laid there. And I'm like, okay, y'all ready? And my husband's like, yep, I'm ready. And nothing happened. The body was not moving anymore. He said, everybody was dying laughing. I was dying laughing. And I wasn't trying to be funny. Because I used to be able to do it. But my body was like, no, ma'am, no. But I did come back. And I was able to prove myself that I actually could do something still, which felt pretty good, and I haven't done it since. I would like to. Y'all, I can pogo. If you give me a pogo stick, I can pogo. Well, I can't say it anymore because who knows, right? I used to be able to pogo for hours outside in the neighborhood. I can go up and down the street, up and down. I can go on a pogo stick forever and move all around. So one of the kids at this party, their kids had a pogo stick. And so I was able to redeem myself, and I actually could pogo stick for a while. But I don't know. That was a while ago. 10 years ago. I don't know if I'd hope I could still do a pogo stick. Oh no. I can still, okay. And that just reminds me of roller skating. Same thing. If y'all been with me for a while, y'all saw that I just thought it'd be a great idea to roller skate at the beginning of one of my live streams in the driveway, and I fell. I did, and it's still up there for the world to see. I mean, it's funny. I love to roller skate, though. I do. My daughter and I went roller skating. I think it was last summer. Yeah, a lot of my Patreons and members know I'm all about. I've got a big neon lit up roller skate in my craft room. So if you ever see that, that's why I used to live every Friday night. I was at the roller skating rink. My folks would drop me off. My dad would set an alarm. He'd come back and pick me up when they closed. Weird story there. One night my dad was waiting in the parking lot to pick me up, and here he looks over and he sees a guy from work that he recognizes in the parking lot. And so he's starting to roll down his window to like holler at him and say hi. And good thing he didn't, because right when he looked to like say hi to him after he rolled down his window, because it was back in the day where you had like it's not the automatic, it was like the old, you got to like, crank it down, right? He looks up again, and the dude was meeting up with another woman, and it was not his wife. Ooh, so that happened. Yep, that happened. But yeah, y'all, I mean, I don't know how so the body wants to do things, but I don't know. I haven't checked my email much today, but I wonder if this guy's even gotten back to me. And what am I going to do with this dude? I would be in my mind and in my heart, I want to dance around a store and be like free and like not care what people think and just have fun and be laughing and smiling and dancing and but I think I would get way too like embarrassed, shy, anxious, anxiety, all those things would kick in. And I would just freeze up. I don't know what I would do. So yeah. So if you'll end up seeing that man somewhere on my channel or something with that, now I've told you the story, but we'll see. I'll keep you posted. I even thought, laying in bed last night, I was like, so maybe I could ask the owner if I could have this guy come in. He's not a man, he's a guy, come in and like do a little dancing video in our store. Cause he's got a lot, but I'm like, wait, I don't know if she wants this guy bugging her customers or what. Our store's kind of small. It's not like a Walmart. How is he going to dance down our aisle and like be done? I mean, it's a small little shopping center, like toy store. So yeah, I don't know. I do not know. Okay, so let's transition. Speaking of toy stores, so I just hit my 8-month anniversary working at a toy store. Yep, never thought I'd work there. Like talked about in my Christmas premiere, I'm loving it. It did get, and Michelle, if you're listening, you were right. Michelle worked retail for years, and she kept telling me, Shay, this is my first retail job I've ever had, like retail, especially during the holidays. Now I was thinking about it, and I'm like, wait, I worked Wendy's, but that really wasn't, that's not retail. Never worked retail. Fast food, and then corporate jobs, but never did retail. So she goes, just wait. It hasn't gotten hard yet. I'm like, I'm like, it's the 15th. It's not getting too bad. She's like, just wait. She kept saying, just wait. And oh my gosh, y'all. I survived. I will survive. It was it's a good way of testing your, what's the word? Patience. Just your, how much you can take of like not stress, but just like craziness of like people and wrapping. So the toy store I work at, we do complimentary gift wrap. I actually have, and yeah, it's starting to go away now, which is funny because I haven't had to do it in a while, but I actually have I have a little callus. It's actually, I scratched it off the other day, but it was like bleeding. I have a callus on my thumb from the tape gun. We have this really nice, heavy duty, but in order for me, I don't know why, I've tried to get better not doing it because, I was really cutting up my thumb pretty good. The teeth of the tape, I'm rubbing my thumb against it to like snap it off. But I can tell you what, my wrapping skills, that's one thing, if nothing else, that I've learned from this job. My wrapping skills are on point. Yep. See, I'm struggling kind of with this because that's another thing. I overfill these trays. If y'all want to look up for a second, these art dot trays, I poured way too much in here. I poured the entire color and everything, and I probably shouldn't have done that. So that's another thing I'm doing. Like some of these, I don't need that much because it's been hard to like, get a good, oh, geez. And then there's that. That happened off camera. So, yep. But you know what? Everybody spills drills. Yep. And it's not really a big deal anymore. Yep. Used to be. Back in my day, it used to be. But yeah. So my wrapping's on point. But y'all, there was some joyous moments. So I will tell you one thing I'm glad about, but now it's almost on the opposite end. So, okay, let's finish with the holiday. So the Christmas music, great. Loved it. Was never getting tired of it. It was just so good. We always have the music playing in the store. Yeah, it was some really good times. I mean, like I said, my patience, that's what it was testing. My patience, my willingness to, still go out of my way and like have a cheery face when I'd go to work and still have that feeling of like, I'm excited I'm going to work today, because I've always felt that way. And I could say I was getting a little jaded towards the end. That was waning just a little bit, which, I mean, I don't know why I thought it wasn't going to happen, but I'm going to be honest. I was feeling it. I was feeling it's funny because when I did the Christmas premiere video, I did it like earlier, right? And so I think I did it around the 15th, 14th, maybe 15th. And I was still in that happy-go-lucky, yee, the holidays. By the time that thing aired on Christmas Eve, I was not working that day. I was like, woo! I wasn't feeling the same exact way that day. It had changed slightly. So, but we made it. It was great. We just recently took down all the Christmas decorations from the store. Just the decorations. We still have a lot of stuff up that's like 50% off. Still trying to sell like the candy and some of the stuff that, won't last. We're now starting to get in Valentine's Day stuff. We're not going to put that out yet until we take down the Christmas stuff. So, but after Christmas, I was happy to hear it was after New Year's. Yeah, the Christmas music stayed on till after New Year's, which is normal, right? I didn't take my Christmas decorations down till after New Year's. So we still had the music going for like the second, third, third or fourth, we finally stopped the Christmas music. And I was like, oh, thank God. It was great before Christmas, but after Christmas, I don't want to hear music anymore. The Christmas music. It's like, I'm done. It's over. The thrill is gone. And I'm like, I don't want to hear this anymore until next year. So I'm glad it's gone. But now we have a different problem at the store. We're back to the, name this Disney movie music, which is fine. I just have to get used to it again. And we've been extremely slow because everybody already did a lot of their shopping. I worked all day yesterday and I did not wrap one present, which is crazy. So it's like you go from too busy, crazy busy to too slow. And my brain is still trying to what do I do now? It's like, it's just, you were just used to a certain pace. And it made yesterday go by a little slow. I will say though, I'm doing a lot of returns because only the manager can do the returns. So that's been kind of a bummer, seeing a lot of not a lot, but I expected it yesterday because the kids went back to school. So I figured the moms were going to be coming in to maybe do some of their errands, and returns were going to be one of them. But yeah, so because we were a little slower yesterday, very slow, we had a few sales, but what we had folks coming in were either returns or folks looking for things we didn't have. And then we got the music on top of it and we started playing a game. The employees and I started playing a Name That Movie game. And of course, we had Aladdin music playing, we had Little Mermaid, we had Trolls, name this, name that. So I just have to get used to that music again. But the slow pace has been, I just have to get used to it. But it's been good. I'm still loving it. I do work tomorrow. Like I said, I had off today, but I'm glad that I was able to say that I survived a holiday. I survived Christmas, the Christmas season, working at a toy store where we do free gift wrap. I mean, oh my gosh, I forgot. I know what I was going to tell y'all. I got my first tip. Yes, I did during the holidays. This gentleman gave the three of us $5 each for wrapping his gifts. So nice. I was like, thank you. And I had to make it enough. This is my first tip. I've never gotten another one, but I was like, thank you so much. It meant the world because other people were getting tips. I was hearing about it and I was like, where's my tip? But yeah, this guy was super nice. He actually is he's a server. So he's a waiter. So he works in the service industry. So he knew, he appreciated what we were doing for him. He didn't even know that we did complimentary gift wrap. A lot of folks, I had a little voice in my head and my face never showed it, but I hope it never did. But you would get that feeling because you knew the question was going to be coming after they bought all their stocking stuffers and $500 worth of gifts, a lot of presents. You're like, are you going to need gift wrap today? And you would just kind of hold your breath and when they would say no, I feel like I still do it. When they're like, no, I'm okay. I'm like, and I don't want to be like that. But I mean, now it's better. But during the holidays when they would say no, or I'd get a lot of oh, y'all do that? Or no, they would ask how much does that cost? How much extra is that? And I'm like, oh, it's complimentary. You do. Oh, I didn't know y'all did that. Well, yes, of course. That'd be great. And you're like, oh no. You're looking at all their gifts. You're like, oh my gosh. Yeah, we had piles and piles and bags of stuff that people had to come back and get. And we basically became their storage, which is another problem that you'll have during the holidays because, and I didn't even think about it, but when the owner told me it happens every year, I'm like, it makes sense because people they don't want to have to deal with it at home. They don't want to have to hide it. So why not just keep it up at the store that you bought it at and let them hold on to it until Christmas? I mean, we were renting out a room. There was bags everywhere of wrapped gifts. So we were constantly calling customers, you need to come pick up your gifts. You need to come pick up your gifts. And then in addition to that, we also do free personalization. Yes. We do all kinds of fun stuff. So we did free personalization. We were not we, because I don't do personalization. That would be scary. But the personalizing we had, our stack of personalizing was huge. huge. Yes, it was really, really big. So that's all stopped. We also do in-store pickup for orders. We do shipping. So I was shipping a lot of stuff. It was the UPS guy. We got to know each other quite well. So in the FedEx guy and the UPS guy, it was just, yeah. So now I can say I got through the battle, you know, I've experienced that. I think everybody should experience it. Maybe just once. It's quite a thrill. It really was. But now I'm hearing from employees, they're like, oh, now you're really in for the good thing and the fun thing. And I'm like, what? They're like, so in January, we have to do inventory. I was like, oh, well, what do we do? What's that? And they're like, oh, that's where we count everything in the store. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'll have to keep you all posted on that. I haven't heard of a date yet, but I've heard that's not fun. But in my mind, the reason why I wanted to work here in the first place was the products. And like, I love toys. And so I don't think it's going to be so bad. Nope, I don't at all. And I still feel that same way. I'm loving we're getting all our Valentine's Day stuff. And I got to like receive the other day all of our candy and all the Valentine's Day. It's so cute. I'm loving it all. It's just super cute stuff. So yes. So yeah, 8 months at the store. So I might be working a little bit more than I was before because our other team lead left for college. So it's just me and the owner. But we just started to train someone this week that was one of our employees to train her up on lead stuff and see how she likes it and see how she does. So yeah. Yep. Yeah, so it's one thing I would say, if you have these art dot trays, definitely don't overfill because it does make it hard to, that's why I have my Mini Made tray. My tried and true. So how are we doing on time? Can you imagine if I looked up and I'd never hit record? My last bite of Snickers. Okay, so diamond painting. Yeah, this is a diamond painting channel. Yeah, we do a little bit of everything, as you know. I did, if you follow me on Instagram, I did finish Gingy. I did my little gingerbread, my cute gingerbread one from Muni Made. Speaking of Muni Made, I can't give away too much, but I can tell you a little bit. I am still doing her videos, as you've probably seen if you follow her channel. If you haven't, definitely go check her out. We kind of changed the format a few months ago. I think we started, in October maybe? I'm trying to remember. Instead of doing weekly Muni Made Mondays, we do a one at the beginning of the month of the previews of the ones that are going to be released every Monday. And so I filmed that video for January on Sunday. I did that for her. And, oh, you guys, wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. You are in for a treat. A little teaser here, y'all. You're in for a treat. So she's going to be she's going to be putting that video out on Monday. I didn't even tell y'all. Today's Wednesday, the 7th for me. I'm out of practice, 7:37 p.m. And I'm not sure when this is going to go out. Maybe tonight? Probably. But yeah, her video will go out on Monday. Next Monday. And because there's 4 paintings, one of those Mondays in the month of January, we'll have 2 releases. 2 of those paintings. So, ooh-wee, y'all. Good stuff coming from Muni Made. I wish I could tell you more. I'm just saying, the video has been done, and I am keeping some, that's for sure. That's why I thought about doing because I've been so fortunate to work with M and, be able to keep, some of her paintings. I have more in my stash than I used to, so I'm obviously completing more. And I don't do post-review videos anymore. I don't really like watching them, and I don't like filming them, so I was like, so I stopped a long time ago. But I have heard from other people, I've asked their opinions, and people are like, no, it helps to see when they're finished. And I'm like, okay. So I thought about maybe doing, because I have a good little completed amount of Muni Mades now. So I thought it'd be fun maybe to do a little post review of all my Muni Mades, like in just one video. So I'm thinking about it. We'll see. We will see. So I don't know why I pulled out of Craftably. I'm not doing any events right now. Speaking of that and paintings, I want to do this one for January. It just kind of spoke to me. Really the only thing I was looking for in my stash was a round, because Gingy was a square, and I think my cat was a square, and then the Craftably I did for Halloween. So it's like, I've done a lot of squares lately. So I was like, I kind of want a round. So I just kind of went in my stash and was like, what's round? And then I saw this one. I'm like, yes, that's the one. I just know. I mean, are y'all like that too? And everybody kind of does it differently based on like events and stuff, what they do next. But I already know what I'm going to do for February. I'm so excited. I might even start beforehand, depending on when I finish this one. So I was gifted the most magical painting. I was gifted from a friend who does Diamond Art Club sneak peeks. She gifted me her sneak peek. Yep, and it's the breed of one of my dogs, and I'm obsessed with him. It is a French Bulldog. It's the Peggy Collins stained glass Frenchie. Oh, wow, yes, that's gonna be my February painting. The reason why I picked it for February, I wanted to work on it like immediately as soon as I got it. And I haven't said who gave it to me because I don't know if she wants me to say anything, but I don't think it was a big secret, but just in case, I'm not going to tell you who it was, but you could probably figure it out if you saw a sneak peek. But anyways, love her for that. She's so, so sweet for thinking of me. Yeah, I am low-key obsessed with my French Bulldog. I love all my dogs, but the Frenchie like just stole in my heart. You might even hear him snoring. Sometimes you can hear him. He's back there. I got two of them. Well, I always have the two boys in here. I have two Bostons and a Frenchie. But yeah, Ollie is the little man. So why am I doing in February? Why is because I'm going to a retreat. I'm going to the No Frills retreat in Texas. I've been several times before. It's a great retreat, really, really low key. Marissa does an awesome job. It's one of my favorite retreats. And my friend Mel, Diamonds and Dogs, was like, hey, you should bring your Peggy Collins, bring your Frenchie to the retreat. We're all going to kind of, it's not an event, but like we're all going to kind of like just bring like our Peggy Collins and kind of work on them all together at the retreat. And I was like, done. So yeah, that's my plan for February. I don't really plan them out too early in advance until I kind of get close to finishing it, but that's definitely going to be that one. And then that's all I really know. But yeah. Did y'all do any Black Friday purchases, Cyber Monday purchases, all that good stuff? Was the, I wasn't going to say the video, but I guess it was more of a live by the time we ended up figuring it all out. The small shop sales, hopefully the spreadsheet was of use and y'all were able to use that. Yeah, I have a hard time making a decision. Let's add that to the list of things I'm not good at. Oh, I forgot to tell you, speaking of the things I'm not good at, about what I did to my finger at work, because he says that's how I'm probably gonna die. I'm like, so nice, honey. I am accident prone, yes. That's because I'm just kind of, moving too fast, and I don't know, I don't pay attention. Details are not my thing. They're not my thing at all. So there's that. And so I was at work, and in the back of the store, we have these racks with all the excess, all the back stock of all the toys and everything, right? They are rolling. They roll. There's several of them. There's probably like 5, and they roll back and forth. They're on this long like strip, right? And these big metal racks. And we'd sold something that was way up high, and I needed to replenish it and restock. Well, we have ladders in the back of the store, but they're kind of bungeed on the wall and kind of a pain to get to. And all of us do it. I've done it many times and almost had this happen a few times, so I definitely learned my lesson, because I went to do it yesterday and I stopped. We climb the racks. I know it's not the best. We're not supposed to, but we do it because it's just quick and easy. I kind of wish we have a step stool in the front of the store, and I know it takes just a few minutes to walk to the front of the store to get the step stool and bring it back, but when you're back there, you just want to like get whatever you need to get. So I climbed to the highest rack there, with the tallest point of the rack, and went to grab something, and so I had it in my hand and in my left hand, and then as I was going back down with it in my hand, I went to grab on I thought I was down enough to feel the ground with my shoe. I thought I was there, but obviously I wasn't. I was still up higher than I thought I was. So I guess when I went to step down, instinctually, I guess my body was like, trying to catch itself so it didn't fall. And so I went to like reach on the rack, and these big metal racks. I have all these like grates and everything. And my ring, I essentially was like hanging. Y'all, I thought I pulled a Fallon. I thought I pulled a Jimmy Fallon. No joke. I was like, because I remember hearing about the whole thing, and the way that it hurt, the pain that I felt was so much more than when I almost cut the tip of my finger off last year. So much more than that. It was so painful. And I didn't leave work. No, this happened towards the end of my shift. I didn't tell anybody. Just like I didn't tell anybody. If my mom's listening, she'll remember this. Just like I didn't tell anybody when my mom and I went to Vegas for my 21st birthday. And we went to the Hard Rock. I'd never been to Vegas before. We went to the Hard Rock, and there was a Harley, a motorcycle parked out front. The guy had just pulled up and parked his like kick-ass Harley in front of the Hard Rock Cafe. And the guy said I could get on it to take a picture. Well, I burned the inside of my leg, inside of my thigh, on the muffler. I did not say anything to my mom, to the guy, nobody, until we walked through the lobby, checked all out. We get back in the cab, and I look at my mom, and I say very calmly, Mom, I think I burned my leg on that motorcycle. And I was like very calm. She goes, what do you mean? We get back to the room. She's like, oh my gosh. Ma'am. And she still talks about that to this day, about the time I burnt my leg on the motorcycle and didn't want to tell anybody because I didn't want to be embarrassed. Same thing happened at work. I was in excruciating pain, but didn't want to say, because I'm the boss. I'm the manager. I'm supposed to like keep everything intact, right? I can't be showing weakness, right? Especially since I was climbing the racks that we're not supposed to climb. That's a bad example. So I was like, I was definitely not going to say anything. So iced it. Like, we had some popsicles in the freezer at work, so I stuck a popsicle on it, and yeah, y'all, it's crazy. But it's definitely a lot better. It's kind of just green now, and yeah, it looks so much better. My whole finger was like purple, green, yellow. It was just so ugly. Yeah, so the ring's going to be off for a little bit longer. Okay, so, oh, and I had to do my Muni Made video like the next day. So I don't even know if you'll notice. Hopefully no one's even paying attention to that finger. You're looking at the paintings. I got to let y'all go soon because I just noticed we're almost out of time. I was going to talk about shows. Of course, I watched Stranger Things. Obsessed. Yes, I dealt with the ending. Loved it. No spoilers here. But there's like been a lot of chatter and talk about another episode because people just, I know it's hard. It's hard to say goodbye. They're in denial because they don't want it to be the last one. But I don't think there's going to be another one. But that's what folks are kind of hoping. But yes, I did watch that. Got into all that whole thing. This weekend, we're actually going to, so in Dallas, we have something called the Netflix House. And there's two locations now. We have one in Dallas, and I think there's one in like Vegas or LA, I believe. But we have reservations for this Saturday. So I'll have to let y'all know more about it either through my vlog. But if y'all join, you'll hear all about it. But in my next WIP and Chat, I'll have to update y'all on this. So we bought tickets. We're going to go Saturday night. And it's apparently like it's all Netflix. And it's like their popular shows like Squid Game, Stranger Things, some other things, I forget. But it's like immersive experiences, and you get to choose your experience. So we chose Stranger Things because my whole family has watched it, and my son's roommate, so yeah, we're all gonna go, all 6 of us, and I'll have to let y'all know what it's like, and if we get chased by Vecna, or I don't even know what's gonna happen. I don't know. Are we gonna be in the Upside Down? I mean, I've looked at it a little bit. I looked online just out of curiosity when I heard it was coming. It just opened in December. So it's like brand new. Was not cheap, but my son's home from college. He's been overseas during the holidays, and he's going to be coming back with his roommate. I'll tell you all more about that. I have so much to update you all on. I really just did her elbow and a little around it, but I'll finish this. I'm a hand talker, so I know I stop a lot and don't diamond paint, but you know, I'm still diamond painting, right? I'm still here. We're still together, keeping you company, right? But y'all, thank you so much. This was so much easier than I thought it was gonna be. I hope it turned out okay. Let me know in the comments. Let's go ahead and do the game. Give me an emoji if you made it this far. What should we say? This is where my creative juices just go, and I just like have nothing. Just give me an emoji. How you're feeling right now. Just you pick the emoji. You pick it. I want to see what you come up with. Just give me an emoji that you made it this far. And this is giving me life right now. This is giving me hope that I can keep doing this. I thought it was gonna be a lot harder. I didn't even have notes. I'm a talker, yes, but I just felt so comfortable doing this again. It was like maybe I just needed that break. I feel refreshed. So I hope this was fun. I hope y'all got some work done, whatever you were doing. I hope you had a good time. I'm gonna be coming back. I have a good feeling about this. I don't wanna make promises, but I have a good feeling. I'm always off on Wednesdays, so maybe we can make this our standing date. I mean, I would love it. I'm gonna try. That's all I can give you at this point. So yeah. So again, Happy New Year. Let me know how you are. And if you have not subscribed, if you are new to the channel, it's free. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. Just click on that subscribe button down below. It just tells the content creators that you like what we're doing here and you'd like to see more. And if that's the case, then there's also like a bell. You can choose all, so that way you'll get notified when I do post my next one. And of course, hit that like button. That helps too. Helps kind of push my video out to like other folks that may like the same kind of content and like, hanging out and diamond painting and just making some new friends and yeah, listening to some crazy stories sometimes. But cheers, y'all. Glad to be back. Glad to be back. I really, really am. So this feels good. And that's where I'm at right now. If it feels good, do it, right? Do what makes you feel good. I think I have a shirt that says that, a t-shirt. Actually, I think I do. Do more, I forget what it says. Do more, I forget. I'm gonna have to go look at that shirt now. All right, love you guys. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, love you guys.